All right. Good evening, everybody. Back on the Recovery Room podcast. I'm your host, Jake. This is your co-host, Malachi. And today we have the one and only legendary offensive coordinator for the Catholic Cardinals, Shawn Glosek. How are you doing, Coach?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
Pretty awesome. We're really exasperated. Is that the word?
Exasperated.
Exasperated to
There
have
you-
you on the
there you
podcast
go.
today. Here to talk about some football, get a little knowledge about you and your background, and hopefully learn a few things for the audience as well. As we know, this is one of our many podcasts where we have guests who are going to talk about their experiences in the college sport world. In this case, it's football related. We had track last week, and hopefully you can pick up some things today that'll help you decide if you want to join the Division III college athletics. So to start off, Coach Glosek, why don't you tell us a little bit briefly about yourself?
Originally from Whitehall, Pennsylvania, a small school, small place in Lehigh Valley, about 15 minutes away from Allentown. If anybody who's watching is familiar. Went to Whitehall High School, played at Delaware Valley College, it was at the time, now it's Delaware Valley University, and got hurt my freshman year. And that was kind of the end of my college football playing career, even though, to be completely honest, I probably didn't have much of a college football playing career regardless. Wasn't exactly the best football player in the world, but I always knew I wanted to coach. And with that being said, I got hurt, came home, and in that it was kind of a blessing because it jump started my career. I was able to coach while I was in college. Not a lot of people get to do that. Started my career coaching wise. My first ever job was middle school offensive line coach. And when I tell you that you learn a lot working with much younger people, you really, really do. Learned a lot of patience. Still trying to, figure that part out. But no, it was fun. It was just breaking it down, and we had so much fun. And it was great. We won a lot of football games in coaching up these middle schoolers. And then eventually moved on to a high school, Bethlehem Catholic High School, assistant offensive line coach. That was a great experience too. Finally got to be with some older kids, which ultimately which was really, really cool. So I got to do that. We had a great season. 2017, I was there. We went 12-3, lost in the state semifinals. But working with those guys, I mean, all those guys went on to play college ball, and it was great just to be a part of such a prominent program that Bethlehem Catholic was and still is to this day. Then eventually became a student coach at the school I eventually graduated from, Kutztown University. The easiest way to describe it would be assistant quarterback coach. Was working under a guy by the name of G.A. Mangus, who was at one point the offensive coordinator at South Carolina in the SEC. So being exposed to that, as well as so many other great coaches there that are still there. So being exposed to that at a very, very young age, I was 22 at the time, just incredibly beneficial. Spring of senior year, was doing similar stuff just at Lehigh University, quality control stuff, assistant QB stuff. Eventually hired as a receivers coach at Dickinson College. COVID hits. I found a job in COVID. I was quarterbacks and pass game guy at Washington Jefferson. And then right before 23, was down at Valdosta State as the running backs coach. What an incredible experience that was. Learned so much about football, about myself, different environments, different cultures. It was, the people down there were great and took really, really good care of me. And then eventually found my way back to W&J, where I was the offensive coordinator and the offensive line coach. Second year, 2025, offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, and now here with the Catholic Cardinals.
Yeah. Path ended on the best spot here. Huh?
We're gonna make it the best spot, right?
Best spot on the whole journey. Well, tell us a little bit about honing in on that journey. Like, what was it like moving up in level of coaching?
Well, it's different. It's just but at the same time, if you really, really break it down, it's still football.
Mhm.
And you're still getting to work with young people regardless of talent level, regardless of scholarships or if it's not scholarships. So, I think more so I like to look at it as like moving up in level of title almost. So
Mhm.
like technically I was a GA down at VSU,
Mhm.
but I was the running backs coach, and then going from that to coordinator was something I've always wanted to do, and that's ultimately what my goal was. And where I'm doing it doesn't necessarily pertain too much, just as
Mhm.
long as I get to do it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I see it on that.
Okay. Now, Malachi here had a question as well, didn't you, Mal?
I was just going to ask, like, I don't even know, like, you said something about your college football career, but I don't even know what position you played.
I was an offensive lineman.
Okay.
I was an offensive lineman. A lot of it was so weird because if you would have told me 15 years ago that majority of your college coaching experience up until 2026 would be working with the quarterbacks, I would have looked at you and laughed. I would I would have looked at you and laughed. I'm like, I don't know the first thing about quarterback play, but at the same time, I was very, very fortunate enough to learn from a lot of really, really good people. A lot of very, very successful coaches in this profession, to learn that position. And ultimately, as you guys know, you guys aren't quarterbacks, but also you guys understand that that's the most important position on the field. But yes, to answer the original question, I was an offensive lineman. More specifically, I was a center.
Now, you tapped a little bit about how much you've learned from other coaches,
Mm-hmm.
people that you've been around, but how much in the off season, I guess you could say, how much time did you have to put into on your own, going online using resources, from whether it be from Huddle to explanations on, from higher coaches who post things on YouTube or
Mm-hmm.
watching or going to conferences. How much did you have to do on your own in the off season, in your opinion, with
I
your coaching
mean, a
ability?
lot, but also at the same time, like I would the best way to say it would be you never stop learning.
Mm-hmm.
So like yeah, off season you get a little bit more time because there is no actual season going on for us at that point. But also you never ever stop learning. Like you learn on the fly, oh I probably shouldn't have called that play in this situation.
Yeah.
Or you go into the off season and you find a YouTube clip of somebody talking about mesh and you just keep what does this guy got to say about mesh? This guy
Yeah.
could be high school, Joe Schmo, or it could be Nick Saban. It could be whoever. But if I like what I'm hearing about mesh, then I'm going to figure out a way to apply it and how we can make ourselves just that much better at running it. But as far as like pure block of time, it never stops, and it
Yeah.
should never stop in any field that you're in, whether it's business or whether it's you're a teacher or or you're a football coach.
Yeah.
The learning you should never ever stop learning.
Yeah. It's a good way to look at it. I mean, even whatever spot you're in football, whether it be playing or teaching, there's endless ways to learn from everybody you encounter. Like,
Hmm.
you can learn from people who you're worse than.
You
You know what I
very
mean?
well could.
Or sorry, I totally phrased that wrong. I'm saying you can learn from people you're better than.
Right.
Yeah.
You very well could. A good, in my opinion, a good coach takes bits and pieces from everybody he's learned from, whether it's what to do, what not to do, stuff like that. So you got to learn, you got to be able to take bits and pieces, but also you
Hmm.
got to be able to morph it into what works for you. Not
Yes.
everybody's teaching the same. You're not teaching everybody the same either.
Hmm.
So you got to figure out what works best for you, and then ultimately you got to figure out what works best for your team and your players.
Who you have with you? Yeah, that's real smart. Well, actually, just one pause of the serious questions here. We're in a segment that we do just about every time called Sideline Stories. Malachi, we know it well, right? Stories just kind of about things that have happened on the field, on the sideline, whatever it is. Coach, what is one memory from any school, any position you've been in during a game, practice, in all your time coaching that you have never forgotten?
Oh,
Funny,
this
humorous,
maybe
like
it's not.
could be anything.
I have a couple. I have
Okay.
a couple, but the first one, back when I was coaching at Bethlehem Catholic, 2017, um, we won the. And again, mind you, I was the assistant O line coach. Like I was not the offensive coordinator. I was the head coach. I wasn't even the offensive line coach at the time. But I was still young, and I was in college, and I had a pretty good relationship with, more majority of the players. I'd like to
Mhm.
think, and we district title game, and we beat Saucon Valley. And our head coach gets the Gatorade bath and all this kind of stuff. And I give him a big hug. I hugged some other guys, whatever. And then completely out of nowhere, a couple of seniors decided to give me a Gatorade bath. And mind you, this is like late November. Y'all know I don't like the cold to begin with. And they dumped just this bucket of ice Gatorade on me, and my God, it was so damn cold. But that was one thing that was just really really cool. That was and like they didn't have to do that. They didn't.
Yeah.
It was and they all gave me a giant hug and all this kind of stuff. It was really cool. It was really cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I think that's something that we're gonna have to repeat this year. You're gonna have to feel another Gatorade
Oh
bath.
man, well yeah, let's win one
twice.
game first.
Oh, I know.
Let's win a
One
game
game at
first.
a time.
Yeah,
One,
yeah,
one,
yeah.
1-0, baby.
Yeah.
1-0.
Bring a Gatorade bucket for each game. Why not? Huh? No, just kidding. That'd be good. Well, all right, getting back really into the stuff of coaching. Now, what would you say now that you're in this position of offensive coordinator,
Mm-hmm.
right? Would you say this is your favorite position you've coached in terms of title or what?
That I've coached, yes. I've never been a head coach at
Mhm.
any level for anything. I don't know if I really want to do that because a head coach has got to deal with a whole lot of stuff
Mm,
that really isn't football related. But yeah, I would say this is it. Yeah,
favorite so far.
yeah.
Now, okay, going into exactly your coaching style, playing style, whatever it is. I talked a little bit earlier before we started about how you see football.
Okay.
Now, how is it when, as an offense, right? What is your main philosophy that you bring to an offense in terms of how you see a winning offense playing football?
The first thing that comes to mind is playing fast. And that doesn't necessarily mean all the time snapping it as fast as humanly possible.
Mhm.
But within each play, every single player is playing as fast as humanly possible because that means what? They're not thinking. They're
Yes.
just playing and they're reacting and they're relying on their training and their teaching.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I see it. But then also, what also makes up for a good offense, and this is going to sound so, I don't know, minuscule or whatever you want to say, but like, Mello, you know this being an offensive player, but
Mhm.
like, I want to have fun.
Yes.
I
Great point.
at the end of the day, football is a game that is meant to be played.
Yeah.
And what do you do? Why do you play a specific game? For entertainment and to have fun. Like,
Right.
and that's part of the beauty of it all. If you're playing fast and having fun out there, we should have no issues. That's kind of the way I see good offenses, looking.
That's a pretty great way to describe it. A lot of people definitely forget in all that they do to try to improve and constantly perform.
It's a lot of
They forget
stress.
the basics of the fact it's a game.
And
Forget it.
that's exactly like you said. It's so easy to get lost, essentially get lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
You got to I got to train. I got to make sure this, that, and the other, and got to make sure, and that's all true, and that's all very, very important. But also at the same time, you have to understand that you're doing this one because you love being out there with your teammates, two because you love the game and you love that. That's really what it boils down to. The
That is it.
true genesis or the true like basis of it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna pass my mic just so we can hear him to Malachi for a second.
Let me see the other questions we had.
Guy doesn't even remember his questions he had for me. I
Bro.
mean, gee,
Hold on, wait.
get
No,
those
no, I
defensive
got it.
guys.
I
You
got it.
can't
I got
trust them. You can't trust these defensive guys.
Hey, you
Can't
can
trust
trust
the
me,
defense.
bro. You can trust me.
Trust the defense.
I was gonna say, this is unrelated to football. Outside of football, like, what's your favorite hobby?
Good question. Good question. I don't, you know, I don't have a lot of hobbies.
I don't blame you. I'm the same way.
I don't have a lot of hobbies. I like playing golf,
Okay.
even though I'm not the greatest at it. I like playing golf. That is my, I would say, outside of football, that is probably my like second love of competition. Um, but you know, casual, hanging out with, chilling with the boys when I get to see them.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have time for a dog, but if I was ever able to have time for a dog, I would 100% get a dog because that'd be cool.
I can second that.
You know, I grew up in the video game era, so like I don't mind playing video games too. But I don't have a I don't have a ton of hobbies. I'd say my favorite hobby would be probably playing golf.
Okay. I was gonna say what was why did I keep blanking,
What
bro?
was the play again? What was the play?
What were we in? What?
Or no, you don't know, right? Because you got one ear. Hey, we're in three. We're in three. Go. We're in four.
Bro, like,
Inside joke. My bad.
what's the biggest pet peeve as a coach that you have?
The biggest pet peeve.
Whether it's like when you're recruiting a kid, when you're coaching somebody, or like execution flaws, things like that.
Well, the biggest. All right, so the way I view a pet peeve is something that drives me the craziest.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so like, what I would say is like, we're in a meeting and we're talking about a play that we're putting in or whatever, and the meeting happened either that morning or right before we went out to practice. We talk about it, we go through it, we answer all the questions, and then go figure what game time will show up or we'll get to practice and it's a team period and we call that play and we run it wrong. That just drives me up a wall. Now, with that being said, some of that I have to look in the mirror and I have to be like, all right, where was the disconnect?
Yeah.
But also at the same time, like,
Gotta keep
yeah, you know, make sure
motivated.
like somebody wasn't listening or something. That's one of the things that's the stuff that does drive. I think every coach would attest to that. That would
I
just
think
drive you crazy.
I think even as some players, like, that would kind of drive me crazy too. Like when I played offense in high school, it would be plays like I had to learn the whole playbook because they moved me around from outside to inside
Mm-hmm.
due to injuries and stuff like that. It just gets to a point where if you don't know the play, and we've gone over it like 20 times, like, how are we not getting the
How,
ball
how
down?
how are we not getting this? What is
Playbook
the
not even that big either, so
well? I mean, ours ain't that big. I could tell you that much.
that's what he told me. I
Right,
was
it
like,
ain't that big.
yeah, so
I hear you. I hear you.
it doesn't make sense much.
No, it's frustrating, but also at the same time, that's where the patience comes into
Yeah.
play. You know, we'll get it eventually. And shoot, as long as we get it right on Saturdays, I don't really give. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to. I don't know if I'm allowed to swear on here, but like,
No, it doesn't matter.
I really, as long as you get it right on Saturday, I'm good with it.
Yeah, it reminds me of a specific time, and this is what's nice about being in spring with football is it's the time for the mistakes. It's get the mistakes out, get the mistakes out. You know, get through everything like that, especially when you learn something new. You know, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget there was one play we had in the spring where we called a certain play with a formation.
Are you
right?
talking this spring?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
where we had um, a heavy amount of our players to one side in that formation, right? On purpose. Now, somehow that entire play was flipped because every single one of our skill players went to the other side of the field. And coach comes into the meeting that next thing, and it was the funniest thing because I hadn't watched the film yet, so I didn't know when in the film that play happens. But we're watching the film, and Coach Glosek clicks the next play, and not even before the play can load, he goes, oh no. He just immediately, oh no, here we go. And I was just like, oh gosh. And we hadn't watched it. The play hadn't been played. It was on the opening screen, hadn't even gone like a second into the play. And he was already upset. He was like, all right, guys, look, here's the deal. And that was probably the most we've heard about a loss of patience
Yeah.
on a play. And rightfully so. That was the biggest.
I remember exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't like doing that. Obviously, for a number of reasons. But also at the same time, like there has to be, like there is still a standard.
Yes.
And if that particular play, we did not meet our own standard, therefore, Coach Glosek was not very happy.
That is fair to say.
But at the same time, the good news is, because that was what, you're probably right in the middle
That
of
was about
spring.
right in the middle of
Yeah,
spring.
right in the middle of spring. The good news about that is, it didn't happen again.
It didn't happen again.
It didn't happen again. You didn't see me lose my mind in there at all or anything like that. Didn't happen again. So whatever I did say, and I know I had a few choice words, whatever I did say, the message got through.
Yeah.
So, we got the problem fixed. So
speaking of like the message, that actually just reminded me of something about this spring. You in particular do this, and I know all coaches do this, right? You have different phrases that you try to use when you're breaking out of your meeting before practice to get everyone kind of mentally ready, like stuff like, all right, let's play fast, let's play strong, whatever people might say, right? And making sure I have this right. You particularly have one phrase that you, I guess in a sense, found worked. It was what? It was like, let's just go have fun. Was that it? It was one practice where you said it, and then that practice sorry, Malachi. We absolutely whooped the defense. Not like there was no tomorrow. And so in our meeting before the last practice of spring, Coach Glosek brought that up. He's like, all right, the last time I said this, good things happened, so I'm going to say it again.
Right.
I think it was.
Yeah, maybe I don't remember exactly what the phrase was, but it like kind of got condensed to energy and enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Because eventually you heard me just kind of just continuing to say that and say that and say that, and I do think it got through to you guys of like, energy and enthusiasm, and it's a powerful, powerful thing. If you have lots of energy and you have the energy to go out there and do it, and you're enthusiastic about doing it, we're gonna be just fine.
Yeah. And actually, part of that question is like the way you said it. It was more. It sounded.
I know what I think I remember what I said.
Okay.
I think I remember what I said. You've earned the right to play your best.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
yes.
You've earned the right to do that. You did earn the right to. All you guys did throughout and the defense did too, because you guys prepared the right way. You did what we told you to do. You were coached and you accepted the coaching. It wasn't always the smoothest, and it never is going to be the smoothest. But you guys, through your preparation, through your work, through your film study, through the meetings, you've earned the right to play your absolute best. So don't hold anything back.
Yeah, I think that was the phrase. Yeah,
pretty sure that was the phrase.
But the question I'm kind of getting into is, do you have any superstitions around football? Like, the reason I'm bringing it up is I remember you saying, oh, I think this worked last time when I said it, so I'm going to say it again.
Right.
Outside of that, just in football in general.
I'm not Mr. Superstitious. The only thing that, for me personally, that I like to do is every game I'm going to look good.
Okay.
And that's that I'm going to make sure I look good, because I'm a firm believer, look good, feel good, play good.
Oh.
That type of thing.
Amen to that, huh?
So, like, I'm going to make sure that, Coach Glosek is all right on the sidelines, So that's I got the game day J's. I got the whole 9 yards. I got the whole 9 yards. So
I think as players
You know
who
what's crazy?
agree with that, I think we definitely are happy to be hearing that. Go ahead, Mal.
What's crazy? I actually have a pair of Jordans that I wear the day before and the day of games, like before I walk through. You know my bread ones, my bread, my
Chicago.
yeah, no, they're the bread one lows, the Jordan lows.
Oh,
I wear those. I don't know if you noticed, but every time I wear them to the facility, I wear them to the facility every home game.
What about away games?
If I pack them, yeah, because it's like the long bus rides.
Yeah,
The
you don't want to be
shoes be
scuffing
un.
them up
Yeah,
now.
that's what I'm
Yeah, you
saying.
don't want to
Like,
be
don't
scuffing
want to
them
scuff
up.
them up. I don't
Right.
want to crease them in my duffel
Yeah.
bag.
Oh, no,
Yeah, we
no.
can't be doing
We
that. I've
can't
had
be
the shoes
creasing
for
them.
2, 3 years, no
Yeah.
creases. So
Yeah,
like,
we can't be creasing
we
them.
can't
No.
be doing those, bro. We
The
can't.
the good the thing that I do is but I get a new pair every year.
That's smart.
I get a new pair every year.
I gotta invest in another pair because they are kind of getting old.
you know, this is a good thing you guys brought up. My shoe game sucks. I mean, it's awful. I mean, wait, just for the camera, I don't know if you can see this, right? These are old, like these shoelaces are neon orange. They're replaced because the other one's broke. There is a piece of bandage tape on this shoe
All he's
because
missing is his hard
it
hat and his lunch pail, right?
exploded. Looking like a construction worker out here.
Oh
My
man.
shoe game is trash. So
Now again, my shoe game is normally trash, and normally I don't give a flying hoot about what I look like.
yeah,
But on game day,
okay,
we're gonna be dressed for success.
yeah.
We're gonna be dressed for success.
I'm gonna go ahead and ask this one because it's good to hear this. What you and Malachi, I need actually answers from both of you
Okay.
on one pair of shoes that you will recommend since I am in the market for some shoe game. Obviously, as you can see, I'm gonna need some new lift shoes and running shoes. But outside of that, just for like wearing around, I
I'm
don't
a
have any
old
shoes.
school Jordan mid cut guy, right? So like just below the ankle, right? And I normally I will buy said shoe for said season for and the colors will match it. So like I have my old school was red. I've actually worn red and black now at a lot of stops.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there'll be something different for each spot. So from a color design perspective, but Jordan mid cut, and then however I see fit is kind of how I do it.
That's not a bad take. I would say,
Are you just saying that because I'm your coach, or are you
no,
just
no,
saying?
no, no,
Oh, okay,
no.
all right.
I agree. As far as like shoes you just want to wear, Asics are cool. These joints I got on right here.
I do like those.
Nike Vomeros will be another good pick. The P6000s
Yeah.
that I have, the silver ones,
I heard Asics are just like really, really comfortable.
they are.
Yeah,
It feels like you're walking on a
yeah.
cloud.
You ever heard of like Brooks?
Yeah,
Yeah, those are
I
nice
heard bricks
too.
are really comfortable
Those are
too.
nice too.
New Balances are another comfortable.
See that
shoe.
we need shoe deals now at Catholic University. Just saying for the listeners
My
out there.
line is open.
All right.
Taking all sponsors. Also, like I said, New Balance is another one. The Vapor Maxes, those tan shoes I have, those are comfortable. Like those are all good lifestyle shoes that like if you get if you were to get them in certain colors, you could put a lot of fits together with them because you could wear it every day. So yeah, you should look into those.
Okay. I need the recommendations because
You don't strike me as a big fire on your feet kind of guy.
well, see, that's what's funny is Malachi. Before you got here, I had. Well, actually, this is what I'm getting at is shoes. No, I'm not. Cleats.
Oh, that's your thing.
Oh yeah. I mean, you could. I mean, my mom would hear it. She would go off about it for days. I mean, I think like you say you get a pair of shoes every year, a new one every year.
Yeah.
I think I get a pair of cleats every year.
Yeah.
And
well,
it's two things. Like it's definitely about comfortability. Like I like to make sure I have a good comfortable cleat for where I'm playing. Like in this case, turf. Like I just got a new pair for turf. But also like if they got some colors,
right.
I'm gonna do some colors. I had a neon green pair before you got here that broke.
Look good, feel good, play good.
Yes. So now I just need to translate it to my shoe game.
Okay.
I think that's the.
Yeah, I mean, you currently have trainer tape on one of them. That's part of being a good shoe sneakerhead is knowing when to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there, dog.
Yeah. This is This is a very good representation of kind of how I am though. Like especially growing up, like I would just take a pair of shoes and just beat them into the ground because I'm always doing stuff, and my mom would always come home, look at my shoes, and be like, "What the heck happened?" Like I just called her the other day,
That's why I went through soccer.
and she FaceTimed me because she wanted to see how bad my shoes looked. She thought I was exaggerating it, and so I showed her
Where
that.
was it? Those shoes?
Yeah, well, because
Yeah, they look pretty bad.
before I put the tape on, it was talking. Or who was it that said that? E-Man says that. He says they're talking.
They are talking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
I
are.
had to tape the mouth shut.
They're saying something. That's for damn sure.
They're saying, "Give me a break."
Yeah,
or
for
something,
seriously.
Let me go.
You know, there's a dumpster right outside. I mean, we could solve this issue really quickly.
I mean, look, if I didn't have a couple other athletic things to attend to this week, I would probably go ahead and do that. But
Understood.
I need them to hang on just for a week maybe until I go home. I could go.
I think
to a
they
shoe
got.
store.
They might have 7 days left.
That's gracious.
I give it 5.
5.
Yeah, honestly, we're probably closer to 3 for me.
Well,
Final week after that is
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
after the last final, both shoes are gonna start talking. They're just gonna give up. Say, get rid of me.
Just lucky you didn't get the Zion Williamson. He was beat his bust out of shit.
Oh, that's true. Do you know what he's talking about?
I do know what he's talking about.
Oh
Yes.
man,
I was scared my cleats were gonna do that. They haven't done that yet.
I had a pair that started to do that, and I had to get rid of them. It was bad.
Yeah, what shoes were those? Was it the green ones?
No, this is high school. This is senior year. They were a pair of Nike Vapor Edge cleats.
Okay.
Literally.
Those shoes did that a lot.
Well, I also did try spray painting them. I don't think they took that so well. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna take a pair of cleats and I'm gonna successfully
I don't think
dose them up with some designs.
Hey man, whatever gets you to play your best is what I'm here for.
Will you'll let me wear some?
That's not a me decision, my man. That's not a me.
But you
decision.
won't say anything.
I won't say a word.
Awesome. All right.
I won't say a word, but
we may be seeing some fiery cleats coming out next season then, because I'm all for that. Now, last person to convince. Honestly, it's not about the coaches. I'm worried about convincing. It's mom.
yeah, I mean, if mom doesn't give the okay, then you might be SOL, my man.
As soon as every time, and I'm a very colorful, creative guy when it comes to cleats. I love that. And every time I send my mom a picture of some cleat, I don't even write anything after it anymore because I just want to test the waters. And usually there's like a shark or two that comes up and bites me in the ass in response to that suggestion. But I'm gonna make it happen. College life, I can do what I want now. Go crazy on the cleats.
You're a grown man now.
Something like that.
You're a grown man now.
Growing straight. My feet are growing so fast. Apparently, busting out of the shoes.
No doubt. Yeah, I'm waiting for you to hit that growth spurt to bring you up to 6'4".
6'4"?
Oh yeah, that'd be kind of neat.
They got me listed 6'2" actually.
Yeah, that'd be. You got up to 6'4". That'd be really cool.
6'4". That'd be cool. Yeah.
There'd be a couple of touchdowns in your future, regardless, but might be a few more.
6'4". Maybe I'll just do my roommate Carter. You know Carter on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's it? Look, actually, I won't get into that. My roommate Carter. He's. No.
Ask your questions, man.
How well do you know Carter?
I mean, I'm still getting to know all you guys. Defensive guys, I'm trying my best. I'm bad with names. I'm very, very bad with names. It takes some time for me. So
I remember you saying that when we first got here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've done a pretty good job with it.
Yeah, well, with the offense, it's easy because I'm literally with you guys every single day. Yeah. Defense, it takes a minute.
Yeah,
takes a minute.
That's fair. Well, Carter,
Mm-hmm.
my roommate,
Mm-hmm.
one of them, and he's big on the research of everything for taking care of your body, for doing this, doing that.
Okay.
The peptides he was researching for a while.
Interesting.
I was gonna make a joke and say maybe I'll just go to him and he'll give me some sort of like random black market growth serum.
We could. There's probably some out there. There's probably some out there that we could get this.
Something
we could get it. I mean, but the thing is though, if you get it and you find it and it works, you need to give it to me.
Okay, okay, that's fair. Well, no gatekeeping. If I find it,
yeah, you better be sharing the love on that one.
yeah, that's fair. All right. Well, I have one final question, then I'll hand the mic to Mal. What would you say is your biggest excitement in terms of being here at Catholic for this coming fall? What are you the most excited for going into this fall season? First fall season, technically, under your coaching. You've been here in the spring since we started, but this will be your first fall here. What are you the most excited for?
I'm the most excited for you guys. I'm the most excited for you guys because you guys do put in the work and you do the little things right. It's just there needed to be some adjustments that were made. But I'm most excited for you guys and to watch you guys go out there and do your thing and put, the Catholic Cardinals back on the map because like
That's awesome.
it ain't have nothing to do with me. I can't. I tell you this guys this all the time. Like I would love to go out there and do it with you guys, but I literally can't.
Yeah.
And also at the same time, if I was out there trying to do it with you guys, it probably wouldn't be very successful. I'm probably better off on the sideline and not actually in between the 53 and the third.
Yeah.
But no, I'm most excited for you guys. I think you guys have really bought in. I think there's a culture shift that is going on here.
Absolutely.
And if you guys can't feel that, then you're just not paying enough attention.
Yeah.
But you were starting to get it. And I'm just excited to see where it all goes and what you guys, can go out there and do.
It's a W answer. You had that one practiced. You had that one seasoned.
I mean, you guys didn't tell me what you guys were going to ask me
Doused up on the
beforehand,
plate.
so I'm just
kinda,
speaking. I told you this already. Like I just did for my best man speech.
Yeah.
Like everything is off the rip. It's right off the hip. Like I'm so much better at speaking if I can just speak honestly and
Yeah.
fluidly.
That's why I say the same thing always to Malachi. Most of this is very non-scripted. Most of these episodes, for that reason, I had the same idea. That's exactly why.
A 2-minute discussion max before we actually start recording.
Yeah, because
I mean, we didn't even.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about really anything. We were just all right. So how do I set this microphone up?
Yeah, get the microphone working. And
then we just jumped right into it.
Yeah. Well, Malachi, last remarks.
All I know is that day that y'all had a phenomenal day versus us, I was not on the field.
Okay.
I was not on the field. I don't recall that.
Hey, all right. Well, we had a couple of phenomenal days.
You did.
One of them.
So don't discredit it now.
Oh no,
Don't discredit it now.
At the end of the day, y'all was hooping quite a few days. I'm gonna be honest. But we definitely got ours a couple days.
Oh, and that's the thing though, man. That sign of a good team.
Blows like that.
Yeah, sign of a good team.
That's
like I don't
know things are looking up.
And I've always told I told these guys until the cows comes home, it's like you gotta embrace the hard. Anything that's not that's not hard, it's not worth doing.
Exactly.
So like if you get you get the jab and then they throw the jab back and then you throw the hook and then they throw the hook back. It's you're learning and learning in your brain how to deal with that, right? And you're learning how to emotionally deal with that. That way, you can go out there and play the next snap. Okay, I just got punched in the face. What's gonna happen now? I'm gonna punch you right back.
Yeah.
So that's a sign of a good team, and we're getting there. We're certainly getting there.
That's a great way to end it. Well, Coach Glosek, it's been an honor. It's been an honor having you on.
Thank you for having me on.
Of course, and you will be hearing from us. We had a little hiatus on the podcast, but this podcast will be the last before we transition into our summer episodes, which will be getting set up soon. Just kind of online, a little bit of a different video format, just kind of like this one, but different. Kind of like this one, but different. That was a great quote.
I mean, hey man,
Hey,
right off the
guys,
hip.
it's the same stuff. It's just different presentations. All right, it's the same stuff we've been doing since day one. It's just a different presentation. So be ready for it.
Oh man, y'all don't get that one. That's an inside joke.
And thank you for listening, and we will catch you on the next episode. Malachi?
We gonna be out. We gonna be out.
All right. So
Ah. To track practice we go.